Hello and welcome to Math Master. We have already completed set theory. From this video, we are going to start relations and functions. And in this particular video, we will discuss about ordered pair and Cartesian product. We already know how to locate a particular point in any Cartesian plane, or we can say that in xy plane. Okay, xy plane means here you can see this is the Cartesian plane where this particular axis is x axis and this axis is known as y axis. Okay, so if I have any point A, that is 4 comma 3, that means it will be here. Okay, because you can see here its x coordinate is 4 whereas its y coordinate is 3. Okay, so I can locate the point A in this particular location. Okay, so this will be 4 comma 3. Now here you can see I have another point. You can write it as minus 2 comma minus 3, because what we are doing here is we are defining this particular point with two elements. Okay, the first element represent the x coordinate and the second element represent the y coordinate. Okay, and in this way generally we locate a particular point in xy plane. Okay, so now what if there is another point C which is having the x coordinate as 3 and y coordinate as 4? So it will be located somewhere here. So this will be my point C, that is 3 comma 4. Okay, so here you can see that point A and point C are not the same. Okay, so what we can conclude here, when I interchange the coordinates or the elements, in case of point A, 4 is the x coordinate, whereas in case of C, 4 is the y coordinate, and similarly 3 has also changed its place. So I can say that when I am changing the elements in the order of their arrangement, okay, if I am changing the arrangement of the elements, then I am getting a totally different point. Okay, so I can say that in these kind of cases, although 4 and 3 both are the elements of point A and point C, but you can see here both are having different positions. Okay, so one thing you can conclude is that ordering is very much important in these kind of cases. Okay, so the word ordering is itself plays a very important role in case of relations and functions. So these kind of pairs are called ordered pair. Okay, so these kind of pairs where the ordering is most important is called the ordered pair. Okay, now we will formally define what is an ordered pair, and we will also learn what is the Cartesian product. Any ordered pair is defined as a pair of two elements in a fixed order. Okay, a pair of two elements in a fixed order. Okay, so if I have a pair 4 comma 3, then this can be termed as ordered pair, because okay, the elements will not change their position. Hence this is known as ordered pair. Ordered means in a particular arrangement. Okay, so the arrangement will not change. Okay, so we can also define it in another way. Okay, let x be a set and y be another set. Let x be a set of elements that are the coordinates of x-axis. Okay, so let me write its element as 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Similarly, the set y is the set of all elements in y coordinate. Okay, it will be also 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it will go on. Okay, so what I am doing here is I am picking the element of x, the set x, as first element, okay, and the element of set y as second element, okay, and in this way I am forming a ordered pair. So I can also define any ordered pair as, let A and B are two sets, then by ordered pair of elements we mean a pair in that order where A belongs to set A and B belongs to set B. Okay, the first element belongs to set A and the second element will always belongs to set B. Okay, if I write it B comma A, then it will be totally different ordered pair. Okay, so up to now you have understood about ordered pair. The second point that we have to consider is an ordered pair is not any set with two elements. Okay, so there is a vast difference between a set and any ordered pair. Okay, what is the difference? Let me take any set. Let this is a set 1 comma 2 are its element, and also there is an ordered pair 1 comma 2. Okay, this is an ordered pair and this is a set. Okay, so in the first case the difference we can note down is that in case of set the order does not matter. Okay, in case of set the order does not matter. If I write 2 comma 1, also this will be equal to this one only, because you arrange it anyway, the elements are important, not the order in case of set. Okay, but if I write 2 comma 1 in ordered pair, then this will be totally different ordered pair. Okay, so the first difference we can note down is that in case of ordered pair ordering is important, whereas in case of set the ordering does not matter. Okay, so second difference is here we can also have any ordered pair 1 comma 1. Okay, any ordered pair that is having two elements and both the two elements are same, because as you can take an example, in any Cartesian plane there is also a point 1 comma 1 where we can say that 1 is the x coordinate and the y coordinate is also 1. So this is a possible scenario, but in case of set we cannot write any particular element two times. Okay, if I have 1 two times, then I must write it only once in case of forming it as a set. Okay, so this will be the difference. Okay, so now we have already discussed ordered pair and what is the difference between any ordered pair and a particular set having two elements. Now we will see, if there are two ordered pair given, then how can we say that both are same or different, or how can we compare two ordered pair? Okay, let's see. Here you can see that equality of ordered pair. Okay, two ordered pairs A comma B and C comma D are said to be equal if and only if A is equal to B, A is equal to B and C is equal to D. Okay, here you can see that I have used a particular word IFF. Okay, IFF means if and only if. Okay, if and only if. That means here you can see I can divide this particular statement into two parts. The first one is two ordered pairs. The first one is A comma B and C comma D, two ordered pairs are equal, and the second part is A equal to B and C equal to D. Both of them are joined by if and only if. That means this particular statement that is before if and only if and the particular statement that is after if and only if, both depends upon one another. Okay, if the first one is true, then this will also be true, and if the second statement is true, then first statement must be true. Okay, so what we have here is two ordered pair is same if the corresponding elements, that is the first element of first order pair and the second order pair must be same, as well as the second elements of both the order pair must be same. Okay, so if I have a particular order pair 1, 2 and another order pair that is 2, 1, then here you can see that both are having same elements, but here the first element is 1 and here the first element is 2. As the corresponding elements are not the same, hence both of them are not equal. Okay, 1, 3 and 2, 3 also. Here you can also see 3 is same. Here second element in both the order pair is same, but the first element is different. Okay, hence we can say that these two are also not equal. But here 2, 3 and 2, 3. Okay, here these two ordered pairs are equal because the corresponding elements are equal. 2 equal to 2, 3 equal to 3. Okay. So let I have any ordered pair where the elements are 3a plus 2, b minus 3 and another ordered pair 2a plus 1 and 4. Okay, and I am also given with both the ordered pair are same. So how can I find out the value of a and b? Okay, so as we have studied here that to be equal, two ordered pairs must have corresponding elements same. Okay, that means this particular element is equal to this one and this particular element is equal to 4. Okay, so I can write it 3a plus 2 equal to 2a plus 1. Okay, this will be equal to, now I have to solve this equation and find out the value of a. This will be equal to 3a minus 2a equal to minus 1. This will imply a equal to minus 1. Okay, similarly b minus 3 will be equal to 4. This will imply b equal to 7. Okay, and in this way I can find the value of a and b. Okay, if both the ordered pair are same, then a is minus 1 and b is 7. Okay, so we have discussed ordered pair and how can we compare two ordered pair. Okay, now here you see a is a set where the elements are 1, 2 and 3 and b is another set where the elements are 2, 5 and 6. Okay, if I am taking one ordered pair 3, 6. Okay, that means 3 is pairing with 6. If I will write 1, 2, then I am pairing 1 with 2. Similarly, if I will write 3, 2, then 3 is pairing with 2. Okay, so in this way I can represent the ordered pairs. I can utilize every elements of set A and set B and can form ordered pair. I can also write 2, 5, 3, 5. So these can be the possible ordered pairs of set A and B. Okay, so in this way I can find out many numbers of ordered pair and these ordered pair can form a set. Okay, and that set is called Cartesian product. Or in other way we can say that if A and B are two non-empty sets, okay, then the set of all ordered pairs, okay, such that A belongs to, the element A belongs to set A and the element B belongs to set B is called the Cartesian product of sets A and B. So A cross B. Okay, in this way we represent the Cartesian product. We give this symbol the cross symbol. Okay, this is not ordinary multiplication. Okay, we are not going to multiply 1 with 2. Okay, we are just pairing the elements. Okay, the first element is picked from set A whereas the second element is picked from set B. Okay, so these are the possible order pair. Except these order pairs, we cannot form any order pairs. So these are the set of order pairs and these are known as Cartesian product. So you can see here I am writing the set A first and set B second because I am picking the element of set A first and element of set B second. Okay, what if I will write B cross A? B cross A will be the set of ordered pairs where the first element is picked from B and the second element is picked from A. So this will be B cross A. Okay, so you can see the difference. The only difference is I have interchanged the position of elements within the order pairs. So how can I write Cartesian product in set builder form? We discussed that Cartesian product is a set. Okay, A and B are two sets, then Cartesian product is also a set. So A cross B can be defined as A cross B equal to A comma B such that A belongs to set A and B belongs to set B. Okay, here you have to note that the elements of Cartesian product are ordered pairs. Okay, so I can write it as A comma B such that A belongs to A and B belongs to B. Okay, and the second thing what we have learned is A cross B is not equal to B cross A. Okay, A cross B is not equal to B cross A. So in short, what we are doing in Cartesian product is we are picking any element of set A and pairing it with all the elements of set B. Okay, after that I am repeating this process for all the elements of set A for A cross B. Here we are given with two sets, set A where the elements are A and B and set B where the elements are 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so what will be A cross B? It will be, I will pick the elements of A first and pair it with all the elements of B. This is my A cross B. Similarly, what will be A cross A? In case of A cross A, I will pick the element of A and pair it with the elements of A itself. Okay, like this. So this will be my A cross A. What will be B cross A? This will be B cross A. Okay, you can see that A cross B and B cross A are totally different. Then A cross B intersection B cross A will be. Here you see, in this particular case, there are no common elements between A cross B and B cross A. So I can say that A cross B intersection B cross A will be 5. If A is a set where the element is 2 and 3 and B is a set where the elements are 2 and 4. So if these two sets were given, then in case of A cross B, I will have 2 comma 2 as any element. Okay, and in case of B cross A, I will also have a element that is the ordered pair 2 comma 2. So in these kind of cases, the intersection of A cross B and B cross A will not be 5. Rather, it will be this element. Okay, as this is common. Okay. So we have already discussed about Cartesian product, but we have discussed it in the conditions where only two sets are present. So what will be the Cartesian product of three sets? Here in case of three sets, let A, B and C are three sets, then their Cartesian product is the set of all ordered pairs. Okay, we can say here all ordered triplets. Okay, because I am involving here three sets. So I will be picking three elements from set A, B and C respectively. So this is the ordered triplets having first element from set A, second element from set B and the third element from set C, and I can write it as A cross B cross C. This will also be equal to A cross B cross C, or I can also write A cross B cross C. Okay, here you see that the ordering is not changed. Here you see there are three sets, let A, B and C. The first set is having 1, 2 as elements. In the set B, 2, 3 are elements, and in set C, 4 and 5 are elements. So what will be A cross B cross C? Okay, so I will pick 1, then I will pair it with 2, then I will pair it with 4 as 1, 2, 4. Next, I will again pick 1, pair it with again 2, and here I will pair it with 5, like 1, 2, 5. Okay, next I will pair 1 with 3, then 4, again 1 with 3 and then 5. Likewise, I can form the ordered pairs, and hence the Cartesian product of three sets will be formed. So you can see that A cross B cross C will be the set of all elements in this form. So A cross B cross C will be the set of all elements in this form. Okay, so in this way I can form A cross B cross C. If I have to find C cross A cross B, what I have to do is, in the ordered pairs, the first element will be from C, the second from A and the third from B. Okay, only these are the difference. We have already discussed the Cartesian product, but the question here is, how many elements are there in Cartesian product? If let's number of elements in set A is m, number of elements in set B is n, and number of elements in set C is p. Okay, so in this case number of elements in A cross B will be number of elements in A into number of elements in B equal to m into n. Okay, so what will be number of elements in A cross A? It will be n, it will be m square. Okay, because number of elements in A into number of elements in A will be m square. Similarly, n of A cross B cross C will be n of A into n of B into n of C. This will be m into n into p. Okay, so this is the case. Now what if any of the set is infinite? Okay, if any of the set is infinite, then this is also infinite. Okay, if set A is infinite, that means it has infinite number of elements, then maybe set B is finite, but their cross product will have infinite number of elements. Similarly, if A is 5 or B is 5, A or B is 5, then also number of elements in A cross B will be 5. Okay, so this video ends here. To get the notification of upcoming videos, please subscribe to my channel MathMaster, and also to watch my previous videos in set theory, you can go to description where I have provided the link for the set theory. Okay, in the upcoming videos we are going to discuss relations and functions, and in the next video the exercise 2.1 based on these particular concepts that we have discussed today will be included.